Hey friends, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today I want to talk to you about this beautiful tree right back here and why this is a medicinal tree that I think you should know about for SHTF. Stay with me now. All right, so this is the mimosa tree. It is not native to the United States, but it is naturalized and you should be able to find it all over the US. I'm gonna give you a look here at the tree trunk and the branch structure here. And then we'll take a look at the leaves and the flowers, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what this is good for. Now, the easiest way to identify the mimosa tree is by these beautiful peacock-like flowers here. These will bloom in late spring. Now, I'm in South Carolina, and this is late May, but they're very, very beautiful and very, very fragrant. So you should be able to find this in most parts of the United States. Let's take a look at these leaves here as well. Very, very distinct looking, so this should be an easy one to find but most people are gonna spot those flowers first, all right? So why do we like the mimosa tree? So the mimosa tree, and by the way, I wanna say thank you to April from Wild Herbs with April, who introduced me to this plant. I didn't know much about it until I watched her video. If you're ever in the Charleston area, I recommend that you do some training with her for your foraging, for your wild edibles and your medicinal plants. So why do we like mimosa? Well, mimosa is one of those readily available plants that you can use to treat anxiety or possibly some insomnia or mild depression. Now, I'm going to caveat this with saying that this is not medical advice. As most of you know, if you're regular to my channel, I am a therapist by trade. That's my primary trade. And it's complicated when it comes to like plant medicines for depression because there's so many different types of depression, right? So this may not be the right one for you. And I'm absolutely going to insist that if you're going to try this, to please talk to your doctor. Sometimes plant medicines can interfere with medicines that are prescribed by your doctor, or even some of the OTC, over-the-counter medicines as well. But let's say it's an SHTF situation and you can't get access to anxiety medicine for your loved one. This is one that I personally would experiment with, and this is not medical advice. My channel is for entertainment purposes only. But how would we do it if I was going to do this? Well, these little beautiful flowers here and they smell amazing. It's even hard to describe. It's just such a wonderful smell. These flowers here, I would pick 8 of those flowers and put boiling hot water on top of them and let it steep for a little bit and then drink that, okay? And that's basically how you would make a mild tea to work with your anxiety or your insomnia. The bark is stronger, so if you were going to take a little bit of bark because you felt like you needed something a little bit stronger, the flower tea just didn't do it for you, what I would do is make sure that you are cutting just the top layer of the bark and not all around the tree, because of course you can kill a tree if you do that. You just take from one little section and it should be able to heal if you do that, if you don't take from too much of the tree. And same thing, I'm just gonna make a little tea with it and let it steep for a while. You can drink the tea cold. It actually may taste better to you that way. You could add a little bit of honey to it for sure. But this is mimosa. I'm going to give you another good look at her here before we close this one out. Just one I want you to be aware of and remember for your medicinal herbs to be in. And maybe you even have room in your garden or in your yard or you're in your homestead that you want to plant this one. I don't, unfortunately. If I did, I would definitely consider planting this one. It also fixes the nitrogen in your soil. So it's a very good tree to have on your property. Can be a little bit invasive. Just be aware of that. And one last look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers. And thank you, tree, for letting me use you for a video today. And check out these beautiful, beautiful leaves. And I'll give you one more look at the bark as well. And that beautiful bark with browns and grays in there. Just a really lovely little tree. Love this. Oh, and see this section here? That's what I mean. Like, you just take a little piece of bark like that, right? So that's what I would do if I was going to make some tea with that. Just about that big too is really all I would take. All right, folks, if you enjoyed this, please check out my foraging playlist. I'll drop it up here somewhere, a link to it, and I'll also put a link in the end cards as well. I have over 100 videos on medicinal plants and edible plants for SHTF. If you're a prepper, survivalist, or if you're just into botany, wild herbs, medicinal plants, you might find it interesting. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you got anything of value, if you learned something today, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.